Good day everyone. On today's episode, if you have red taped the light on your Audi, let's just pull it off and let's fix this taillight because it's quite embarrassing if you have red tape on your light, especially if you have an Audi. So first thing we do is we get ourselves a new light, and let me tell you, almost $1,000. I was pretty so shocked, $918, and that was Canadian funds. Anyway, I ordered a new one. Here it is. It looks great. So let's go out to the vehicle. First thing you got to do is pop the hatch. It's not a hard job, and there's actually 3 bolts that you have to undo. So the first one's kind of hidden. You can just undo this plastic piece here. You just pull it off. It's not a big deal. And I will give you another shot here. There you go. You can see these are like plastic nuts. There's 3 of them, and you're going to need a 10mm socket to take them out. I just use a quarter drive on a ratchet. That's all I needed, and it worked just fine. Okay, so once you have the 3 bolts out, you're gonna notice it's loose already, and be careful so you don't push it too hard, or it's just gonna pop out and just fall on the ground, and it may scratch your vehicle. So be careful. You gotta close the hatch, and then what you can do is just remove it very gently. And as you can see, we have an electrical connector here, so we're just gonna pull up on this red tab. You can just use a little screwdriver like I'm doing right there. There you go. You can see I pulled it up, and then you just push in right there. So I'm just gonna use my thumb in a second if I can't get it out. Let's see. Just give it a little wiggle there. And there you go. You can see we just pulled it out. And that's the only electrical connector. This thing only has 1 electrical connector. That's it. So pretty easy. So here you can see, here's the new one. Now, a little trick what I do all the time is I just unwrap it part way. I don't take the plastic all the way off. And the whole reason for doing that is I don't want to scratch it. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the plastic back just enough so I can install it properly. Then you're going to want to get yourself a cloth or a paper towel or something like that. Just put it down like that, just so you don't scratch it when you're installing it. Make sure to fully seat the electrical connector. You don't want to have any problems with your lights, obviously, and make sure you push the red lock down. And if you for some reason you can't push the red lock down, that just means your connector isn't seated properly, and just make sure your connector is seated. Then what you're going to do is you're going to tuck the wire back into the little bracket. It's just there. You can see I'm wiggling it with my fingers. I'm just going to pop it in. There we go. And the next step is just to line it up with the bolt holes. Make sure you're not scratching anything, and then just push it in just like this. Now you want to make note too that once it's in, it's still pretty loose and it can actually fall out. So you want to be careful when you're raising the hatch so it doesn't fall out, because if it falls out when you're trying to raise the hatch or something like that, it can scratch your paint, and well, it's an Audi, so hey, it's going to cost you a lot of money. So we definitely don't want to be out more money than we already are for replacing this light. So just make sure. What I usually do is hold it, have the remote. There you see I pop the hatch, and now with gravity on my side, what I can do is I can just put all the bolts back. I'm just speeding it up because I know you don't want to see me put all the bolts back just like that. You saw me take them off. Now remember, they are plastic. They do have a little bit of a metal insert, but they don't have to be that tight. So just make sure you don't over torque them. Now here you can see here's the wire in there. You want to just make sure it's connected there. It's pushed, or not connected, but just pushed back in. And then there's just the rubber plugs. Put your rubber plugs back in. Obviously you don't want to forget those. You're going to get water or who knows, whatever, maybe critters, something's going to live in your vehicle. The one thing I was surprised at actually how easy this job was. Here you can see I'm just putting on the plastic cover for the back hatch there. Close the hatch, and the best part is about to happen. There you go. We were just gonna rip the tape off, or the plastic I should say. Feels like Christmas time. Anyway, there you go. There is our brand new Audi light. Looks fantastic. Now what tools did I use? Well, really all I used was a little screwdriver. I used my ratchet with a 10mm, and also don't forget to test it. You can see there I have a little picture-in-picture, started up the vehicle and testing it. So it does work, but really that's all you need. So you don't need any special tools to do this job. It is so easy, and you can save yourself some money by doing this yourself. So anyway, that is it for the video. Hope to see you guys next week. Thank you.